My turban have a very different protocol. I have to tie my turban. In Punjabi we say chon ke banani. Every morning you unfold your turban, you turn and twist, so there is a new energy in it, and you make an effort. Tying a turban, you come out of your own mode to in a serving mode, in a mode of a seva, and a mode of responsibility. So it's not just picking up a head and putting it on your head and calling it the star. I mean, hey, you can fool everybody and anybody out there, but what about you? You know, wearing a kada, I mean, fine. I've seen many Germans, many Spanish with the kadas, and it's a fashion thing, and many people wearing turbans, and it doesn't serve them anything, no purpose. So whatever you do, without purpose, it is just a failure, nothing else.
Do you think that the turban means the same thing to a Sikh that it does to a Punjabi?
For Sikh, yes, Sikh don't just pick up the piece of cloth. It's been taught, Sabat, Surat, Dastar, Sirah, for humanity, Guru Arjan Sahib, addressing the Islam, that, you know, you do not refuse the gifts of Kartapurk. It's given you the complete identity, and you must look after that. Not just externally, the hairs to be protected with the star from the weather, but also your internal energy after your meditation. When you become meditation, your urja, your energy will be protected. As I said in last talks, that you can try and see it for yourself, that why Guru have used the turban for Sikhs, because they are spiritually engaged people. Their energy need to be preserved, and that's why they wear the star.
Okay. But the question is that a turban on the head of somebody who is a practicing Sikh, which means that they don't cut their hair, they don't drink alcohol, they don't partake in immoral deeds. That's what I would define as a Sikh. And a turban on the head of a Punjabi who may drink, who may go to questionable places. Does this turban mean the same thing on both of those different heads?
Really, no. You know, one is confused, and one is who don't want to be confused. One is in a process of learning and preserving and growing. You know, can't compare Punjabi with the Sikh. You cannot compare with these fashion agencies who are launching turbans. We cannot say that, you know, nowadays we see the trend of, you know, where we want to educate people about that we, you know, the hate crime against the people with the turban, and therefore you will see in the big squares in New York or here in London, there are festivals at the, especially at Vaisakhi, there is stalls which are tying turban on people, and it makes me think that the process is very different. Why we are mingling two things? We are so insecure that we cannot educate the other communities in a different way, that we have to just make it a brand, that a label, a part of uniform. So this is what British did when they started taking us into armies, and therefore those turbans were utilized. It was in some of the battalions, they were like Sikh regiment, it was compulsory. You were baptized first. So those protocols were installed and identity was created, and then it got hijacked. We were used. We were no less than a kettles for them, you know. It was their wars, and we were in hundreds and thousands dying in a French trenches just because somebody pumped up our egos. So Guru defined us, gave us a clarity. There is nothing in Punjabi or Indian or being a black or white or Muslim or Hindu. Guru took us out of that misery of division. And then, society, which always does this, corruption comes from social sectors. I mean, because social sector is a powerful sector, temple will not run without the support of society, and so is government will not. So government want to control. So they are interested for you to be labeled, so they can control it. They know how to implant sensitivities in you and manipulate you then. And so turban got used in that way, through the army or the other meanings. Like, I would like you to see, research. If you want to go do kirtan at Darbar Sahib, you have to specifically wear a particular color. So now, it's divided so deeply that color defines also that, who you associate with, and what sort of Sikh you are. So these are social corruptions and shallow things.
Is
Um,
that real?
I thought you were interested in to know it's a spiritual lineage. The turbans are
Yeah,
used in the spiritual world.
I am. I'm very intrigued about what you just said. That color divides. I don't know about this. Can you explain this? Like, what does this mean?
There's four colors British used. One was a basanti, it was a yellow color, um,
The
that
one that we
people
call
used it, the
this.
youngster. No, kesari. Kesari is saffron. It's a yellow khatta. It's like a yellow color. Our some of our nishan sabs, after British came in, they turned yellow from surmai, from blue.
Okay.
And then Jasir Kaurji, yellow color, then it came a white color, khaddar, like just normal natural white. It was natural off-white color. Then it turned black and blue. Akalis used to have blue, and little organizations were set, like Nanak Sir, white. And then Akhand Kirtani Jatha was set up also in those days. They adopted black, and we don't understand what happened here. Right behind it, the blue, also a style of turban by Nihangs, we got segregated, we got divided, and it was easy for them to control. I remember my days, Jasveer Kaurji, in 1980s in India. Whenever I wore a black turban, I was associated AKJ, Akhand Kirtani Jatha. If I am wearing a couple of days white turban, usually in my university, my college, people will say, "So now you have joined hands with the Congress." I mean, like,
Oh wow.
we are gone to that level. So talking there about Sikhi and the value of turban, we are de-rooted. We need to bring a change differently. We need to reset a lifestyle at least to 1800s, if not before.
Mm.
1800. Guru's educational methods, Guru's lifestyles. We had no seed of a hatred in ourselves. Now we are talking about racism. Guru eliminated that. Guru eliminated. It's the Guru's blessing was for humanity, not for that which race you are from. You are
Mm.
from Brahman, or you are Khatri, or you are Vash, or you are Shudra. Guru eliminated that. Guru eliminated the poverty and the rich status. Guru eliminated how educated you were. It was the merit was, the rank was given to you based on your spiritual practices, how kind, how generous, how amazing you were. And we have
Mm.
changed that, sadly. And now turban has become like, the doing this to the mustache, and thapi we call it, in and that we are jats, and we are this or we are that, and
Mm.
it's just that is have nothing to do with the Sikhi. We are talking about pug. We are talking about pagri. We're not talking about dastar, a gift from Guru Nanak Sahib to humanity. We don't see it that way.
There are so many more questions that I have for you, but we're rounding up to the
I
end
have
of the
the
episode.
time in the life, no problem. So no problem, no rush. Let's not have a single brick unturned.
Thank you, Yogi Ji. And we will continue this conversation on the star and the turban in our next episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. And Yogi Ji, thank you for your wisdom and your time. And I'll see you again next week for Real Talk.
Thank you, ji. Sat Kartar.
Kirdar.